Dallas Mavericks Today is presented by Manscaped. Harrison Graham and Chase Sr. with you, set to break down a couple of free agent moves that Dallas has already made just 20, 30 minutes into NBA free agency opening here on August 2nd. We got to talk about their top free agent, Tim Hardaway Jr. They did not waste any time, Chase. He is back on a 4-year deal, $74 million.
Yeah, I really like the move. It's really paramount for the Dallas Mavericks to make Luka Doncic as happy as possible, and he's going to be happy continuing to play alongside a guy like Tim Hardaway Jr., who's really developed over time into a very good player. This past year, Harrison, I thought he was really good, 16.5 points per game. He shot a little less than 40% from distance. This is a guy who can stretch the floor, and I think in the modern-day NBA, he certainly has value, and that price tag, it's not all that high. Shout out to Tim Hardaway Jr., though, the businessman Tim Hardaway Jr., because this is like his second $70+ million contract. He has certainly secured the bag. Good job by Tim Hardaway for locking that deal in. As you continue to build around Luka Doncic, though, players like this, very important to retain to help you continue to build now and chase that championship, which is really one of the lone things missing from Luka's resume.
Yeah, I mean, look, Tim Hardaway Jr., re-signing him was a must. And I think the Mavs are smart here to not get cute and be like, well, we have a 3% chance of getting Kawhi and sitting him down, so let's just let a 17-point scorer who shoots 40% from three wait for a while and probably sign elsewhere like they would have done in the past. Let's just bring back a key contributor. And that's what Tim Hardaway Jr. has done. He can be your sixth man. He can start. He's improved as a defender. Maybe a next step in his game is becoming a slightly better creator, but make no mistake about this, Chase. Ever since he was involved, he was just a throw-in in that Kristaps Porzingis trade. He's been more valuable than Kristaps Porzingis. He played that number 2 role in the playoffs against the Clippers. Now, you would rather have him as a number 3 or even a 4, but this is a guy you had to bring back. He's still in his 20s, $18 million per year or so for Tim Hardaway. I think this is a win-win for both sides. He plays well in this system, and he offers a lot to the table for Dallas. What is your one-word reaction to the Mavs keeping Tim Hardaway Jr. in NBA free agency? Let us know down in the comments what your one-word reaction. My one word, needed. Had to bring him back. It's as simple as that. Go ahead and let us know what you guys think down in the comments section. We'll talk more about Tim here in a little bit, but Dallas also brought back Luka's good buddy, Chase, who also started some in the playoffs. That's Boban Marjanovic.
Yeah, Boban, one of the best personalities in the game, and I think he's a very viable backup center. In the NBA playoffs, Rick Carlisle ended up starting him, going with some different matchups deep into the playoffs, and I thought he actually played pretty well. Look, this isn't a modern-day big man is going to stretch the floor and knock down three-pointers at an elite rate. But because of his size at 7'4", 290 pounds, he's going to be able to lock it down low defensively against some of the other bulkier centers across the league. And let's just throw out that narrative that big men are no longer important. Couple of teams that have won the NBA championship over the last couple of years, the Milwaukee Bucks and the Los Angeles Lakers, have proved that physicality is very important in the modern-day NBA when so many teams across the league are valuing finesse and spacing. Boban, I think, has a lot of value as a guy who can give you some minutes off the bench. I still think it's important for the Mavericks to go after a big man who can stretch the floor, who can knock down some threes. But on lobs, on plays down low where Luka can find him, Boban is a perfectly okay piece, and at a cheap price tag, I'm okay with bringing him back.
He's got valuable mismatch ability here, Chase, because when teams go small, sure the Mavericks can play some defense, Chase, but he could be a mismatch nightmare.
Yeah, I think Boban can be a mismatch nightmare against some other teams that go small ball against the Mavericks. So I like the deal. What do the Mavs fans think, though? Grade the move of Boban resigning. Get into the comment section right now. Let us know A, B, C, D, or F. I'm going to go ahead and say this is like an average signing, B-, maybe even a flat B. I don't hate Boban coming back to Dallas. Mavericks. Yeah, having some technical difficulties here because Harrison's mic is dying out. But Mavericks Today, during this free agency frenzy, is brought to you by our friends at Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com and enter the promo code MAVS. You get 20% off and free shipping on some of the best men's grooming products. Look, you know how Luka Doncic walks onto the court, looks fresh with his hair, he's using Manscaped all the time. I mean, all thanks to the Lawnmower 4.0, he's able to, kind of keep it in line, look fresh all the time. And the good news is you can get it on sale right now, $71.99 by going to manscaped.com and using the promo code Mavs. That link is in the description as well as the comment section of this video. Myself, Harrison Graham, everybody here at Chat Sports, we use Manscaped on the daily. The good news is, hey, it's very versatile. You can use it down low so that you're not scary, hairy for your lady. You can use it on your chest. You can use it on your beard, even your hair. Bunch of interchangeable blades, a battery life that lasts forever. There's a light on it so you can actually see what you're doing. And compared to all of the other kind of razors out there, this one isn't going to nick you up. It's got awesome technology, and like I said, that battery life lasts forever. Let's take a look at this Mavs current lineup right now with some of the moves that they have made, bringing back Tim Hardaway, also re-signing Boban Marjanovic. What Luka Doncic is doing right now for Slovenia in the Olympics is absolutely absurd. First of all, he helped them qualify with a fat triple-double for the first time in that country's history for the Olympics, and now they are in pursuit of actually medaling because Luka has been going off. I think it's possible to say that Luka is going to take another step in continuing to be better as a player in his all-around game. Last year, he was tremendous, 27.7 points per game. You bring back Tim Hardaway Jr., and in an ideal world, Hardaway as a floor spacer, as a good athlete who gives you something defensively, as a guy who can go on some heaters and knock down threes. In an ideal world, he's your number 3. On this team currently constructed, I think Tim Hardaway Jr. is probably your number 2. Can the Mavericks, Nico Harrison, Jason Kidd, who have spoke highly of Kristaps Porzingis, finally get something from KP? That's really the big player here in this equation for the Mavericks moving forward. If KP looks anything like the player he did with the New York Knicks, or like he has in spurts with the Mavericks, even like what he played in the NBA bubble last year, the Mavericks' potential as a team is so much higher. There's so much that's hinging on KP. He's got to reach expectations. That contract number is really, really large. But let's focus a little bit on Tim Hardaway Jr. because he is coming back to the Mavericks in free agency as the Mavericks aggressive in the early going, bringing back Hardaway Jr. as well as Boban Marjanovic, continuing to bring some pieces back to surround Luka Doncic. Mavs fans, make sure you're subscribed to Mavericks Today, especially now that NBA free agency is on and popping. We're trying to get to 15,000 subscribers, and we're less than 800 away. So if you're a Mavs fan and you want to stay up to date with all of the latest Mavericks news and rumors, you can hit that red subscribe button down below or go to youtube.com/MavericksTV. Let this be your off-season hub for everything Mavericks during NBA free agency as they continue to try and build around Luka Doncic.